work here? Yo, what up everybody? This your boy Nem, and I'm gonna tell you a black man's number one fear. No, it's not black on black crime. No, it's not getting shot by the police. Although that's pretty high up on the rankings. The times that I get anxious the most is when I'm going to the store. I know you're thinking, what in the world, man? Going to the store? What could possibly happen to you if you go to the store? Well, my friends, let me tell you. Apparently, there's this sector of people who believe that just because a black dude is in a department store / grocery store, he has no money, so he obviously is working there. He's an employee. Newsflash, people, I have money. I can make it rain, baby. I can spend it. I'm ready to spend some money. Heaven forbid I go down an aisle and look at one product for too long because I know that somebody's gonna come around that corner and be like, excuse me. You see, I already know what's gonna come out of this person's mouth. This 47 to 48-year-old lady is gonna say one or two things. She's gonna say, excuse me, and then she's gonna look around and pretend like she don't want nobody to hear, but do you work here? Number two, she's just gonna forego the formalities and just say, excuse me, but do you know where the bread is? And she's gonna look you right dead in your eye. Because you work here, bruh. You have been shopping in grocery stores all of your life. Okay, if you don't know where the bread is by now, you need to just hang it up. Or you need to go home, draw yourself a map of the store, and then take it with you so you ain't gotta be bothering other people about where the bread is. You old as hell, you know where the bread is. Anytime they say, excuse me, in my brain, I'm like, I don't work here. But, you know, I'm a nice guy. If you ever met me in real life, you'll know that I'm a real nice person, easy to get along with. I don't like confrontation. So what do? I'll turn slowly, look around and see if oh, you talking to me? You talking to me? I know you talking to me. I'm just trying to pretend. And then I'll just look at them and say, yes. Can I use these coupons for today's sale? It's real amazing how inquisitive these people are when they're in the grocery store. But heaven forbid I be on the street and ask you for some directions. Boy, I ain't never seen a purse clutch so fast. I don't even ask people for directions no more, man. I just get lost. I might get maced. Here's some tips for you black dudes out there if you want to avoid this type of unwanted behavior from the 47 to 48-year-old ladies asking where the bread is. Number one, do not wear solid colors. Reds, blues, all solid colors, forget about it. Don't do it. And if you're wearing khaki pants too, you just asking for trouble. You just asking for trouble. And if you're wearing any kind of vest, I don't care if it's multicolored, black, blue, if you're wearing any kind of vest, that's just a nail in the coffin right there. You gon' get asked. Y'all wanna know why the kids is dressing so crazy nowadays? It's not because they want to express themselves. It's because they don't want to be bothered by people in the grocery store when they're trying to shop. Number two, wear headphones. You will be guaranteed not to be bothered if you're wearing headphones. It's like the barrier that keeps you away from idiotic questions. Now, unfortunately, you'll be looking like a complete douche. But at least you'll be listening to some tasty jams while you're shopping for your bread. Number three, bring your kids or bring somebody else's kids. You will not be stopped by any 47 to 48-year-old lady asking where the bread is. It's guaranteed. But on the flip side of that coin, you will be stopped by that same 47 to 48-year-old to tell you how well behaved your kids is. So just bring some rowdy kids. You know, the worst part about this whole ordeal, this exchange between you and this lady, is that when you say, oh, I don't work here, she says, oh, I'm sorry. And then she scurries off like she's a scared dog. See, that's not the worst part, though. The worst part is we both just began our shopping experience. There's a high probability that we're going to be running into each other on the different aisles, and now we have to avoid eye contact because we just had that weird exchange earlier. Now we in the checkout line, and I'm holding a loaf of bread, and you mad at me because you asked me where the bread was. I don't work here. True story. When I was about 22-ish, I was in the store, I was looking at the DVDs, minding my own business. This lady came up to me and she was like, I forgot I'll just say she asked where the bread was. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't work here. And I went back to looking at the DVDs. She stood there. She stood there for about 3 to 4 seconds and she just looked at me like, and then she said, and walked off. I watched as she walked off the aisle. I went back to looking at the DVDs. About 30 seconds later, maybe a minute later, she came back to the aisle with an actual employee of the store trying to get me in trouble, talking about some, just because he's on break, he think he don't have to help me. I kid you not, the store employee was like, ma'am, this young man does not work at this store. Guys, let me tell y'all, she turned so red, she looked like a daggone ketchup bottle, and she made some of the most amazing, oh, I'm so embarrassed movements. She was like, ooh, and then she walks up to me and tries to hug me. You know what I did? I hugged her back. Okay, I told you I was a nice guy. You know, I didn't want to embarrass her too much, but you know, and that's how I met my wife. No, I'm just joking. So listen, folks, just because you see a grown man standing in the toy section, okay, that doesn't give you enough context clues to assume that, hey, no self-respecting grown man would be looking at toys, and he's wearing a vest. He must work here. Excuse me. Guys, has this ever happened to you? If it did, please leave a comment down below and let me know. I'm not the only one that's going through this, man. It happens to me at least 3 times a year. I can't go to the store without being asked, where the bread at? Hashtag where the bread at.